All right, so now that we've connected to MongoDB and gotten a direct pathway to our notes collection inside our Notes app DB, the next thing we're going to do is convert over each of these endpoints to actually use MongoDB instead of just, using this fake notes array that we have up here at the top. Now, this is going to be pretty straightforward. All we're going to need to do is go through each of these routes one by one, swap out whatever they're currently doing with the MongoDB equivalent, and from the front end's point of view, everything should look almost identical. All right, so starting off with the get route here, all right, the one for returning all of the notes, the way that this is going to work, you might remember the MongoDB query for this. It's going to look a little bit different now that we have this NotesDB thing, but other than that, it will be almost exactly the same as you've seen. What we're going to do, we're going to get all of the notes from our notes collection, and to do that, we can just say const notes equals await notesdb.find, and we're going to pass an empty object as the argument here, signifying that we want all of the notes. And then we're just going to add toArray at the end, and that is something that's very easy to forget. I forget it all the time and wonder why I'm getting back some kind of weird object thing. Basically, this find function doesn't return an array by default, so we just have to convert it into that with this thing here. All right, so that's pretty much it. We now have our notes and can send them right back to the client. So all we have to do is say response.json and send those notes right back. Cool, so that was easy. The next thing we're going to do is move on to creating a new note. Now for this one, it's going to look very similar to what we had before. What we're going to do is instead of saying notes.push here, we're going to use the MongoDB equivalent, which is insert1. And for that, we just need to say await notesdb.insert1. And this is the thing that we want to insert, okay? So pretty simple, not really anything to worry about there, nothing of note. And in order to send back the updated notes, which is currently what we're doing, what we need to do is actually load those again by saying const notes equals await notesdb.find.toArray. Okay, and then we're just going to send those back to the client. Now, you might want to make this a little bit more obvious what's going on here by saying update notes or something like that. I'm just going to change that there so that we know, or updated notes it should be, not update notes. There we go, just so we know what's going on here and why we're loading the notes again. Now, one thing to note here, no pun intended, is that once our application gets fairly large, we're not going to want to do this kind of thing anymore. In other words, we're going to want to just send back the note that was created, right? Send back this new note that was created with its new Mongo ID and everything. And the reason for that is that the way that we're doing it here, loading all of the notes each and every time that we create a new one, just so that the client can update it on their side, is really kind of unnecessary, and it puts unnecessary strain on our backend, right? If we're hosting this app in production and we have a lot of users. So what we'll generally do instead, and we'll come back and change this a little later on probably, what we'll do instead, as I said, is just send back the note that we created, right? We'll have to actually get this back from MongoDB after we create it, and we're going to just send that back to the client because what the client can do is simply take that new note and add it to the notes that it already has, right? There's not really any reason why we have to send back all of the notes, except for the fact that it's just way easier for the time being, which is why we're doing it in the first place, right? Sometimes it just helps to build something out, and you can always go back and refactor it later on. So that's how we create a new note. And just while I'm thinking about this, let's add the async keyword to these callbacks, async, and I'm just going to go through and add them to all of these callbacks for now, because I know that if I don't do it now, I'll forget it later. So there we go. All right. Cool, so the next one is going to be our update endpoint here. And for that, it's going to look very similar. We're going to still get the node ID. We're still going to get the title content. The main thing we're going to change here is this update notes thing. And this is one of those instances where MongoDB is actually a little bit less complicated than what we were doing before, as you'll see. So what we're going to do is update the note by saying await notesdb.update1. And we're going to update the note whose ID property is equal to note ID. And then for the updates, we're going to say $set And we're going to tell it what properties to set by basically just passing the title and the content. And that will take care of updating the note with this ID. It'll take care of updating those properties on that note to whatever values were in the request body. Okay, so again, to get the updated notes now, what we're going to do is say const updated notes equals, and this is going to be the same thing that we've seen before. We're going to say await notes db dot find dot to array. You're probably going to get tired of typing this out by the time we're done, but we'll see how to refactor this later on so that we don't have to do this every time. Okay, and then we're going to send back, of course, our updated notes to the client. And that is our update endpoint. So our last endpoint now is the one that will allow us to delete a note. And here's what that's going to look like. Instead of using notes.filter, we're going to use the MongoDB equivalent, which is going to be notesdb. Or here, we're going to need to say await before that, of course. Await notesdb dot delete one. And we want to delete the note with the ID that was specified in the URL parameters. Okay? And then, of course, we're going to get the updated notes again by saying const updated notes equals await notesdb dot find dot to array. All right, and then we're just going to send those updated notes back. And that should be all we need to do in here. So unless we've made some kind of syntax error, I probably have, and you've probably already caught it. Unless that's happened, this should work just fine with our front end. So let's close our Mongo shell. And what we're going to do is run our entire application with the new script that we added recently. And that is, we're going to go into the Notes app directory, right? The surrounding directory for our front and back ends. And we're going to run npm run start. Oops, I did that last time too, I think. We're going to say npm run dev, that is. And that will run both our front end and back end simultaneously. And we can open those up in a browser. It should open up automatically. It just opened up in another window here for me. And here's what that looks like. Okay, so everything should work just like it was working before. We should be able to do things like edit our notes, right? I'm just going to add an H3 here. And click Save Changes, and we should see that everything works update-wise. We should also be able to delete our notes if we want to. And if we click Yes, there we go, it's gone. And we can also see that it should be gone from the database. So if we open up a new terminal here and go to Mongo, open up the shell, if we say use notes app db and say db.find or db.notes.find, that is, we should see that it returns nothing, right? We don't have any notes in there currently. Now, if we add a new note, this should work as well. We should be able to say my first note again. And if we click create, we should see that show up. We should be able to edit that, add, whatever content we want. Blah, 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 perhaps. And click Save Changes, and that should work as well. So it looks like our entire app is working, and it's persisting its data now in MongoDB. Now what this means, first of all, is that we can get db.notes.find again, and we'll see that new note that we just inserted with blah, 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 my first note, etc. And it means that if we stop our front end and back end and restart them, that data is still there, right? And that's really one of the main purposes of a database, is to make sure that that data is persisted and accessible by the client side. So that's how to convert our backend over to use MongoDB. I hope this has been informative for you, and I'd like to thank you for viewing.